every time I turn on the camera, I'm running all the way from the first floor all the way to the fourth floor. So it's like, damn. But so water. As you can see, laptop in hand, going to work. I've started doing more long form because I want to show y'all the process of me learning. And it's holding myself accountable because last year I started learning about architects, taking classes involving architecture, learning about more fabricators and furniture designers, same hand to hand. And this is a way that I can truly hold myself accountable. And it's like a timestamp. You know, when people come back and they like, yo, he don't even know, blah, 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 because everything goes in trends. 15, 20 years ago, people thought everybody that was in fashion was gay, right? There was no young black man or young white man or whatever the case may be having fashion brands. Everybody was old doing it. And I see the same thing when it's furniture and homes. The young crowd will start to get involved because you just seen Pharrell, you know, do a collab with Paul. Like, furniture is art. It's an extension of architecture. I've said that before. And it's swaggy and it's tough. Like, so it's going to catch on. And I don't want to be a part of the trendy wave. Like, I'm really putting in my time. I'm really putting in my homework because this is something that I really love and I enjoy. And it really brings a smile. I feel like I've not only found my purpose, but like I can't even find a deeper meaning than that. So like what I usually do is for my TikTok, I give out like, you know, mood boards. I give information regarding, you know, architects and fabricators to inform my viewers in a tasteful way, a mood board way. And as I continue to, you know, get more creative and learn more, the content is getting better. I love long form on YouTube because that's what YouTube was built on, long form, not being rushed. It wasn't really built on shorts, and I've gotten caught up on doing shorts on YouTube, but what really fuels YouTube is the long form because it's hard. Everybody doesn't want to do long form. Everybody can't talk in front of a camera or entertain for 20, 30 minutes, and I've been getting better and better and better, and I love that for me. So let's break it down. What I want to do is I'm taking a deeper dive in Oscar Niemeyer. He's a Brazilian architect, and he did so much, you know, in Paris, in Brazil, in different parts of the world, creating kind of like this Jetson futuristic kind of vibe, you know, with his art. And I'll put some pictures up too while I'm, you know, talking over now, so you guys can actually see it too. See, I've told you I'm updated. So I just don't want the video just to be me talking. I'll add some tasteful pictures of some of his work while I'm talking. So Oscar Niemeyer, he was born in December 15th, 1907 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Died in December 5th, 2012, Rio de Janeiro. Why am I tripping? Rio de Janeiro. You know what it is. Fast and Furious. Come on, stop it. I'm playing with me. I'm just reading too fast. Niemeyer studied architecture at the National School of Fine Arts, Rio de Janeiro. Shortly before he graduated in 1934, he entered the office of Lucio Costa, a leader of the modernist movement in Brazil architecture. He worked with Costa from 1937 to 1943 on the design of the Ministry of Education, Health Building. So we'll put a picture up and see what that's talking about. I'll write this down right now. Yeah, and I want to have my own notes too. That's the thing. The Ministry, MINISTRY, Education Building. Also, I want to, you know, write when he was alive and when he died. What did it say? 1930. Hold on. When did it say when he was born? 1907. He a GOAT for real. To 2012. The design reveals the influence of the Swiss-born French architect Le Corbusier. You know that. We went to, you know, Le Corbusier's work in Paris, who was a consultant on the construction. Niemeyer also worked with the Costa on the Plains of Brazil Pavilion at the New York World's Fair. Niemeyer's first solo project was the plan of the complex within the Paulapuna, a new suburb below Horizontal, Brazil, commissioned in 1941. Then mayor of Horizonte. The scheme included a church, casino, dance hall. Chill on me. These are all Spanish words. It's all good. Restaurant, yacht club, golf club, and the mayor's weekend retreat. All situated around architecture and an artificial lake. The complex buildings are notable for their free-flowing forms. One writer described the facade of the church as resembling the trajectory of a bouncing ball. In 1947, Niemeyer represented Brazil in the planning of the United Nations building in New York City. That building is crazy. I'm putting it right here, right now. That building is crazy. Look at this building right here. I'm putting up some pictures while I'm writing. United Nations building. Ew. In NYC. We're going to be visiting that too. Okay, in 1956, the president of Brazil asked Niemeyer to design the new capital city of Brasilia. Niemeyer agreed to design the government buildings, but suggested a national competition for the master plan. Subsequently won by his mentor, Lucio Costa, Niemeyer served as chief architect for the Nova Cap, the government building authority in Brasilia from 1956 to 1961. So basically, he got commissioned to do a building, right? And he wanted his mentee to win. So he did basically best man up, next man up to be my understudy on this project. Without him himself just picking somebody, handpicking, making it look like it's fixed. Niemeyer's other architectural projects included the Ministry of Defense building in Brasilia in 1968. We just talked about that. And now the Mentori University in Constantine, Algeria in 1969. In the mid-1980s, he began rethinking and reinventing some of his former designs in Brazil. He changed the shape of the exterior arches on the Ministry of Justice building and replaced the windows of the cathedral with stained glass panels. He continued to design new buildings, including the Museum of Art in Brazil, which opened in 1996. Even after celebrating his 100th birthday. Ooh, he was a hundo. And despite criticism that his new work lacked elegance of the earlier projects. So basically, it seems like he was so goated and he was doing it for so long that people wanted his taste when he was younger. So think of LeBron. People still want LeBron when he was 19. Just because he's still playing in year 23. They want to see LeBron when he was 19, 20, or even Drake. Let's relate this to music. People want to see the Take Care Drake. He's evolving. He's still giving out, mad hits and still giving out a lot of great architecture, but they want to see what was in the past. Okay, so basically he goes on to talk about he won the Pritzker Architecture Prize in 1988, which is a very prestigious award. He won a lot of other awards as well. So now I'm going to just talk on the back screen of it. We'll be at 823 while I'm putting some pictures of his work here. Niemeyer is really, really somebody that gives me a vibe. In Paris, he uses, at one of his museums, this green carpet, and concrete, right? In Brazil, they use a lot of concrete, a lot of brutalist homes and architecture, right? Niemeyer gives me this vibe of this 70s, of carpet, of concrete, of just the materials. It just gives me a feeling of he is generational. He has done so many things. So let's talk about some of his iconic buildings as well. So the Metropolitan Cathedral was one. The Slice House was another one. The Ministry of Education and Health. The Niemeyer House. Ooh, y'all know about that. Okay. Where I forgot the bro. I need to right here. Let me see. Oh, let's see. Yeah. This is the building right here we're going to talk about. And I'm going to go through the images right now. So, The Paris building that I was talking about was the headquarters of the French Communist Party. Amazing. It kind of looks like some of the same renderings of the United Nations and NYC. Super dope. If you guys have seen X-Men First Class, those kind of buildings, 1970s, when it comes to, you know, Pentagons and stuff like that, the inside, you know, right? Really tapping in and different type of architecture in that time. And I'm going to put the headquarters of the French Communist Party here right now. So I want you to take a look. This is what I'm interested in. This is what is different. This is what I truly see, you know, art and in an art form. And I love that, man. So we're going to continue to dig in different architecture, different architects, different people, different buildings. And this is what it's about. I'm learning, and I don't want to overload and rush every single learning process. Like, these will be, you know, quick, you know, sub points, because I don't want to overload my mind. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. And let me know what y'all want to see as well. I know y'all see a lot of, you know, architectural buildings, and I want to continue to break down and learn. So let's keep doing that, baby. Peace.